Listen to me, man. I personally did not think I would use this background. Again, I didn't think I would use it again. But what I like to do is whenever I download, I just keep until my computer says I'm running out of storage, and it's like, well, now I got to delete stuff. But this is a special occasion because based on the last video I did, right? I talked about Exos Heroes and I talked about the game, that they just redid it. It's a brand new game, right? And they changed so much stuff about it. But I feel like this is going to be like the opposite. We're going to talk about obviously Brilliant Diamond Pearl, Shining Shooting Star. I don't know. What's funny is that the last couple of days, I feel like there have been nothing but glitches. They've been finding glitches in the game. The game is broken. The game is absolutely broken. But I'm here to say, I think that makes the game cool. Actually, as a matter of fact, all the broken stuff that I've been hearing about makes me want to buy the game. And it actually goes back to a video I did a long time ago on Sword and Shield after my friend showed me genning, and how it made me want to say, like, I think genning should actually be in the game if they obviously moderate it. Some people were so confused by that point. It was like, oh no, but then it's cheating. You're putting cheating. No, you put a version of it into the game. You put a version of Pokemon Showdown into the Pokemon games, and then you'd be able to actually, I don't know, play competitive. So let me just show you, like, really quickly. I'm not losing my head. You put Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, Shining, whatever, glitches, and a lot of stuff pops up. We got the fast and easy item duplication glitches. Duplicate anything. Check shiny eggs. Shaman, who cares? Turn your Pokemon into shiny with rare candies. A lot of stuff is from Blaine's, but there are a lot of other videos, and some of the videos reiterating the same thing. Duplicate entire boxes, man. And also the speedrunning community has been having a lovely time with this game. And I don't know, this is the type of stuff that, and yes, there are all actual other glitches that are ruining the game, but that is the stuff that usually speedrunners find, and they find it, they show people, and then you can easily avoid them. Or if you want to have fun, you can go and screw your game up if you want to. But a lot of the times, if you guys have been playing Pokemon games as long as I have, what they normally do is they don't patch these things. And this is funny just because when I come from the mobile game community, right? A lot of times when certain stuff is broken, depending on how it is, we usually want it fixed, right? And that's the whole reason why Exos Heroes went through its all complete. Now I don't even know it's Exos Epic Heroes. What are we calling it? Exo 7. What do we call in the game now? That game, it was broken. The Signature Force stuff was broken, and we were dying and begging for a change. Now they made a change. Now you kind of have to say, hey, this is what you asked for, right? This is what you asked for. But in this case, the game is broken, and a lot of stuff, obviously outside of the stuff that like soft locks the game or forces a reset or something like that, those stuffs are actually, they're not like balancing things. They're not like quality of life. Those things need to be fixed because they're actually breaking the game. But this type of stuff is what is needed. Of course, I'm going to explain myself, and I'm not saying that they need to have glitches in the game. No, they need to actually make this more accessible. These need to be quality of life things. This is the same thing that if you were playing a gacha game, and let's say that 2 times or double times or triple times never existed, right? Let's say it never existed, and you were to glitch it into your game somehow, and then you posted a video and everyone started saying, oh my god, if I go into the menu like this, that, the third, it actually speeds up the animations, right? Especially now, I feel like it might even be Epic 7's fault, is that Epic 7 has long animations, right? Exos Heroes had long animations. They didn't have ways that you can skip them or like shorten them. Some games do it because they know that people don't want to see these long animations. I'm looking at a game, I think I was watching on Science Storm. It's called Super String or something like that. Everything has an animation. It literally looks like overhit, but it's like all these games have these animations, but if there's a way to skip them or make them shorter, a lot of people would love that. Even I've seen YDCB when his Epic 7, he skips out some of the animations, and it sucks. And I see why the Epic 7 people do it. It sucks sometimes when I'm watching an edited video that obviously the content creator can edit certain things out, and then I can't see the full animation to see how cool the character is. That's why they always say that they don't allow or they don't want people to be able to skip animations because they worked hard on it and they want people to see it, whatever. You would love that. You would love that option, right? Same thing with Pokemon. And I've said this before, especially for competitive, right? To make competitive Pokemon, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do. You have to, let's just say, let me break it down. And funny, I was talking about it in the Shin Megami. If you guys don't know the EVs and the IVs, you know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to briefly go over it. But, you know, you have to get the EVs, the IVs good, the level, egg moves, the nature, right? The ability, right? There's a lot of stuff that you have to do to make this Pokemon, one Pokemon, by the way, perfect, or as perfect as you want it to be. And then once you can do that, you have one Pokemon that you got to do at least 5 more times. You got your 6th tribe, and whether it's doubles or singles, then you can actually use them, right? With these glitches, there is easy ways to obtain all the items that revolve around what I'm talking about. So that's just one thing, right? So now you can easily make a Pokemon competitive ready just by duplicating the items, right? So how do you change that so that it's not cheating? You just make it that the resources in the game make it very easy to get those things. You wouldn't need to duplicate things, or people wouldn't even be interested in duplicating if you literally just had those functions in the game. Same reason why they changed TMs to not having a quantity, or just something that you always had with you and you can keep teaching it to every Pokemon. That means nobody gave a damn about having to duplicate TMs. But in Diamond and Pearl, you do have a limit, so I could see reasonably why you'd want to duplicate TMs. It's like, well, that's just a better quality of life. So now I'm using glitches to quality of life the game. Oh well. Now they added a lot of stuff. The ability, I think it's ability capsule, ability patches, where you can change into a hidden ability. That sounds great. That was something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Instead of trying to catch a Pokemon with it and keep hatching tons of eggs in order to make sure that I can get the ability that I want on the Pokemon, I could just make a good Pokemon and then switch the ability later. Great. Now I need that for every single Pokemon that I train. Again, making the duplication a thing. Or you can have it that there's an easy way to do it, that you literally don't even have an item to do it, that you could possibly just go to a person in the game, an NPC, and they could just do it for you. And they would be like, oh, do you want to change, like, so I don't know, it's like Psychic Guy. Honestly, they literally have the lore, the canon lore of Mewtwo being a created being, and Mew, well, using Mew, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So they literally have that in the canon of the story. Just have some freakish scientists that can adjust the hidden abilities in the game. Like, just put it in the game. I don't understand why, like, certain stuff like that, and it's super quality of life. And this is one of my other biggest point, is that in order to shiny hunt, if you want to shiny hunt a starter, right, you can do that. You can start shiny hunting as soon as the game starts. You can have, it's easier to do it once the game ends, right? Once you get shiny charms and radars and stuff like that, it's a little bit easier for you to do. Why can't it just simply be that every aspect of endgame content, or like shiny hunting to me is endgame, because you're trying to get multiple shinies to feed a purpose. Some people, I think like A-Drive, trying to get a shiny team and then he plays the game, even though he's probably beating the game on different consoles and different accounts. But that's one of the things he wants to do. Maybe get specific shinies and then go through the rest of the game. But most people just trying to shiny hunt, trying to get a collection, or trying to get their favorite Pokemon. You know, they're able to do that. Same thing what I want for competitive. Make it that it's easy to do, very easy. It's one of the biggest bars that hold people that don't want to cheat, right? They don't want to gen, they don't want to do this, but when they see and they start losing, especially in the battle tower, they're like, I don't really feel like playing this because I don't know how to make my Pokemon better. They go on the online and like, this is how you make it, like the legit way, and it's a nightmare. The breeding destiny knot, all this stuff, it's a nightmare to learn all that stuff. Once you learn it, you can do it all day, and then once you do learn it, you realize how long this stuff takes. These people, especially myself, let's real quick, let's do something. Pokemon Red and Blue, right? 1996 is when these games came out. So let's say that most people, even if they were 1 year old when this game came out, right? Let's do the mathematicals. 2021 minus, yes, you can, this is the mathematicals, 25. If you were literally 1 year old when this game came out, you would be at least 25 right now, right? And I would think that a decent amount of 25-year-olds don't want to do half the stuff it takes to make these Pokemon competitive. Let's be honest here. And that's, like I said, if you were 1 year old. So I'm born in 89, right? So if I was born in 89, that means I was about 7 years old, give or take, right? Give or take, right? What do you mean give or take? I was about 7 years old when that game came out, and now I'm in my 30s. I have a full-time job. I do this YouTube thing on the side. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of people around my age that grew up with this stuff don't have the same time to play and do all that stuff, so they can't play one of the cooler parts of the game, one of the most advertised parts of the game, because it is just a time wall, literally. And you could say, and I think it's a fair argument to say against me, that I'm just being like lazy, you know, like don't make the game too easy because you want it to be because I just want it to be a certain way, and that's perfectly fine. I think that's a fair argument. At the same time, fuck you. And then two, I think that it's a legitimate complaint that the game should literally allow you to access the most fun part of the game, which is the most strategic part, which is what they keep going away from. It's literally people complaining, literally people making their Pokemon hate themselves because of how easy they're making the game from them doing that. They take a hit, they cured themselves of paralysis, they cured themselves of poison and paralysis because they love you. That's the stuff that they decided to put in the game, not the shit that people are literally complaining about, not the shit that oh wait, what is the Poke game, his hashtag? He has this hashtag here in this video: the big problem with Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl, I'll cap see it please, I don't know what the fuck, that's probably someone's name or a company, I don't know, but literally is trying to beg, and he did this in Pokemon Sword and Shield as well, about the timer in the game for singles is like 20 minutes. You can't even edit it or anything like that, and there's literally never been any of the other games, and they literally just put that into the game because they say, hey, well, you know, this is a good thing, and it's not. But start making stuff that the community needs, and this is what, again, this is an issue from us in the gacha game community. You usually have to deal with the gacha game companies, the dev team, and them not making decisions that literally the community really legitimately wants for legit reasons, right? Like, this would be great. And a lot of times it's options. They're not usually, at least me, usually I'm not asking for direct changes, like change this and get away with. Sometimes it's just options. In a lot of the games, sometimes it's like, yo, you don't even have to take out that thing that pisses me off. Maybe just make a mode where I don't have to deal with it. Like, I use Axe as an example. Can we just go into a game mode where Signature Force wasn't there, or go into a game mode, maybe levels or something like that, like our gear was not affected. They usually do that. So there's a whale mode where all your gear, all your super gear is affected and actualized or stuff like that, and then there's a mode where it doesn't matter and it's just the character skills. So it's a more strategic, and you can play as a free-to-play player against teams and actually test out comps and stuff like that. I forgot what game actually did that. It's not Epic 7. I think it was Summoner's War. Someone probably knows in the comments what game actually did that. They had two different modes, and it was a game that I played. I just don't remember it. That's a good option. It's literally a decent option, so you don't have to feel all crazy about the gear. Options are a good thing. Literally, look at the stock market. Options are great. But that's all I have to say. YFOs in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about all the glitches in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Like, it's funny, like I said, it's funny that I'm actually advocating for them, because people don't do stuff. They don't need to do illegal activities when all the good stuff that people don't steal when they have everything. Well, some people do, they're just jerks, but most people don't do stuff. They don't need to gen, they don't need to glitch, they don't need to do any of that stuff if some of those options were in some way incorporated into the game, and you would never see people need to utilize that stuff or even care that it's in the game. It would be like half the stuff that speedrunners use, these weird glitches like they have in the game where you jump around obstacles, can beat the game in like 20 minutes. Most people aren't going to be doing that. They have no use for stuff like that. It's literally just like, oh, I want to get that Pokemon, there's no way to get it. Let's not even talk about half the things that are hidden in Pokemon games, like a Mewtwo or a Darkrai or something like that you can't have access to. So people glitch their game. Why? Because they want the Pokemon, because you didn't put it away for us to get the Pokemon. Stupid. But hey, that's MFO, and now you guys know. Like, comment, subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.